Made in America is far more than an ideology, despite what the divisive bipartisan landscape would have you believe. From recent polling, it was found that 80% of Americans agree with the idea of purchasing American-made products, and 60% of them were even willing to pay 10 cents more on the dollar for domestically made goods. There are real, tangible benefits that trickle down to local communities when you buy something made by hand in the States. For every one American manufacturer employed creating American-made products, there are 5 other tertiary roles needed to support this position. Do the math, and this compounds to a lot of well-paying jobs that could sustain you and your family right in your own backyard. We could go on and on with stats, but buying US-made goods is also great for the environment, as you drastically cut down on pollution and heavy imports from abroad. And despite your political lean, I think that's something we can all get behind. So without any further ado, let's take a look at a very small cross-section of our favorite American-made EDC essentials. The first Gerber center drive was a massive hit in the EDC multi-tool space. Following this release is the second fully made in the USA Center Drive Plus that sees the addition of spring-loaded scissors, a new tool finish, and a premium branded leather sheath. The Gerber Center Drive Plus is 4.7 inches long and about 9.5 ounces, and does come without a pocket clip, but builds on the success of the center axis driver, for which the model is praised, and now it's 30% longer for even more hard-wearing utility. The Gerber Center Drive Plus makes use of the center axis driver in the company of 14 other full-size tools, including a much-requested pair of spring-assisted scissors, spring-loaded needle nose pliers via a sliding X-channel rail system, replaceable carbide wire cutters and strippers, a 3.25-inch semi-serrated blade, an awl, a file, and a dozen flathead and Phillips head bits to use with the center axis driver. The Gerber Center Drive Plus is certainly a full-size multi-tool, shipping with a sheath instead of a pocket clip, a near 10-ounce weight, and a $155 price tag. However, since multi-tools are first and foremost utilitarian, intended application is key, and the center axis driver massively improves torque when compared against its rivals that simply integrate a low-profile bit driver into the top. Additionally, the original center drive featured a standard 3-inch folding blade, while the Center Drive Plus offers a 2-in-1 partially serrated unit, so you don't have to keep flipping back and forth between different blades, which ends up saving time and affords more safety in the process. The addition of spring-assisted scissors allows the Center Drive Plus to rub shoulders with other multi-tools, but the pair are markedly sturdier than its competitors, like the thinner and more fragile ones from Victorinox, for example. The last most notable feature of the Center Drive Plus would be the needle nose pliers with replaceable carbide wire cutters, a spring-driven unit with a unique X-channel rail system, or sliding jaws as they call it, allowing users to single-handedly snap the pliers into place, without having to flip the multi-tool open. In hand, aided by the spring action system, the usability of the Center Drive Plus is comfortable and ergonomic, which are insanely important for grip strength and torque. So in conclusion, the Gen 2 Center Drive Plus packs a plethora of full-size tools largely unmatched at this price point, making it our pick as one of the best American-made multi-tools currently on the market. Hailing from Detroit, Michigan, and operating out of Portland, Oregon, graphic design legend Aaron Draplin is the mastermind behind the iconic American-made notebook brand Field Notes. These hyper-recognizable saddle-stitched stationary sensations are directly inspired by Draplin's personal collection of rescued Americana memo and notebooks, distributed to farmers over the last 100 years by seed, tractor, and other agricultural companies. With the digital age quickly rendering these pocket-sized notebooks a relic of the past, Draplin's Field Notes are largely responsible for ushering in a new wave of analog writing fans. They've become extremely popular with artists, musicians, graphic designers, writers, and more, who've embraced the notion of fleshing out ideas on paper first before heading to a computer. The original Kraft notebooks use a French Durotone 80C packing brown wrap with a thick, brute force one-color application of Dachshund Nose black soy-based Tokyo ink for the bold Futura typeface and measures 3.5 inches wide by 5.5 inches tall. Inside, you can select between graph, lined, or blank Finch paper, more specifically opaque smooth 60 T bright white. Also, we'd highly recommend checking out their website for a slew of other different cover options, some of which feature illustrations by some of the best American artists working today. Zippos and lighters almost have the same relationship as jacuzzis and hot tubs, which is to say most folks use the word interchangeably, knowing you're asking for a lighter if you mention Zippo. These minimalist flip-style American-made lighters have been manufactured in the States since 1932, when George Blaisdell fabricated his first rectangular lighter. Like the field watch that saw an uptick in use and success as a utilitarian tool for the Allied troops in World War II, so too did Zippo. These lighters became synonymous with American durability, since they were virtually impervious to any battlefield conditions, like strong wind and rain, making them a favorite EDC item for soldiers. The Zippo brushed brass 1941 replica is, as the name suggests, a direct homage to the first brass Zippo lighter released toward the beginning of World War II. Apart from the obvious full-brushed brass exterior, it sports beautiful chamfered edges, and the lid is secured with a unique 4-barrel hinge. As for operation, the interior does use the standard striking system as can be found in the classic brushed chrome version, which sizes at 2¼ inches by 1.5 inches by 0.5 inches thick, and the 1941 brass edition carries over the same width and depth dimensions, but slightly shorter at 2.19 inches in height. Moving on, it's only fitting that you'll need an American-made writing utensil to pair with your fresh pack of crisp field notes, and luckily we have a great suggestion, the titanium tactile turn bolt-action pen. Besides the triple T alliteration that does roll off the tongue, this unquestionably is one of the best machine pens that money can buy, and it's backed by full US manufacturing, so you can feel good about supporting domestic craftsmen with the purchase too. The bolt-action pen comes in several different options, titanium like ours here, copper, bronze, and even a stealthy gray zirconium. It's also extremely EDC friendly, meaning Tactile Turn also provides the option of any size and material combination of your choosing, ranging from the mini size at 4.4 inches all the way up to the standard size at 5.6 inches, which weighs in at approximately 1.3 ounces. Despite the length, they're all machined identically with very fine grooved machining that occupies the whole length, a backwards J-shaped bolt-action track, and a rigid carry clip. Although it's quite difficult to see the seam, which is a true testament to just how precise these bolt-action pens are machined, you'll be able to unscrew the tip of the pen to swap the cartridge once it runs out. The standard version comes with a Pilot G2 0.7mm refill, the short version at 5.1 inches comes with a Schmidt EasyFlow 9000 medium refill, and the Mini at 4.4 inches comes with a Pilot G2 Mini 0.7mm refill. But there's also a full compatibility list on their website, with other alternatives in case you have a favorite already. If you've ever looked for a fully American-made EDC flashlight, there are surprisingly few manufacturers who still produce these tools domestically. SureFire is one of them, and the Titan Plus is the second generation of one of their most popular keychain flashlights to date. The brain behind SureFire is Dr. John Matthews, a Caltech PhD who turned his passion for lasers into a business venture, supplying some of the best laser sights and flashlights for firearms. Since SureFire's inception in 1979, they've been a supplier of illumination gear to the US Armed Forces and law enforcement and continue those partnerships to this day, while also providing the general public access to the same high-quality tech gear. The SureFire Titan Plus is an ultra-compact keychain flashlight with 3 modes of brightness, 300 lumens, 75 lumens, and 15 lumens, and a matted nickel-plated brass body with a removable pocket clip, able to withstand even the most extreme conditions. Or to put it officially, the keychain torch maintains an IPX7 rating. The Titan Plus sits at 3.375 inches long and weighs just 2 ounces with the addition of a single AAA battery, and uses a twist-style activation for its 3 modes of brightness. Inside, they've built in a Max Vision Beam high-performance LED, capable of emitting 300 lumens of brightness for up to 60 minutes, with a maximum throw of 66 meters, 2 hours at 75 lumens, and 7 hours at its lowest 15 lumen setting. Operation is a little unconventional, so let us show you. Although the twist-style operation is fairly straightforward, toggling through the modes of brightness requires you to twist counterclockwise and then clockwise again in succession to flip through the modes of brightness. Twist counterclockwise once to access the first 15 lumen setting, then twist clockwise again to turn it off. A second turn counterclockwise will access the 15 lumen setting, and repeating this process will produce the third brightness of 300 lumens. Also, SureFire includes a rechargeable AAA battery, so this unit will be virtually maintenance-free and is great for the environment. Helmed by watchmaker Cameron Weiss, former Swiss-trained watchmaker via the likes of Audemars Piguet, the Weiss Watch Company was founded in Los Angeles and currently operates out of Nashville, Tennessee, and is one of very few US-based watchmakers focusing on fully mechanical references. At first glance, the 38mm standard issue field watch is incredibly easy on the eyes, well proportioned, embodying all the design trademarks of a field watch, sports premium finishes, and is fully hand-assembled in the United States. Internally, the standard issue field watch utilizes a movement hand-assembled from more than 100 differing Swiss parts for a truly standalone piece that clocks in right around $2,000. You won't find many mechanical field watches backed up by true American engineering, all the way down to the hand-polished 316L stainless steel case. Dimensionally, it sits at 38mm in diameter and sports a 46.2mm lug-to-lug and a 9.2mm thickness. Since field watches generally lean a bit more conservative in terms of style, often employing brushed or matte case finishes, the standard issue field watch subs in a rounded, highly polished fixed bezel on top of an angular straight set of lugs. It also comes equipped with utility, despite its highbrow styling, by offering 100 meters of water resistance, backed up by a push-pull crown. On the 180, a beautiful exhibition window with a thick brush bezel with airplane-like rivets securing the case back. Sitting beneath the double-dome sapphire crystal, the bright white dial contrasts the glossy black details like the framed hour and minute hands, inset with a thick application of BGW9 Superluminova that glows a bright, brilliant blue in the dark. Did we mention each brass dial is hand-painted? The Weiss watch company offers up 4 different options for a bespoke dial, but staying true to the classic field watch style, the black variant is the default choice, but the white version here exudes heaps of summer character when paired with the light grey Cordura strap. Although the exterior portions of the watch do break the field watch mold, or at least elevate it, the caliber at the heart of the standard issue field watch only further solidifies the reference as a true statement piece. The Weiss watch company has built the foundation of their operation at the intersection of traditional watchmaking craftsmanship and modern technology, but the handmade operation is no less obvious than the hand-assembled Weiss watch company caliber 1005 mechanical movement. At its heart, they've taken an EDA 7001 and then integrated over 100 genuine Swiss-made parts for a one-of-a-kind mechanical caliber with full manual winding, a 21,600 bph beat rate, a small second subdial complication at the 6 o'clock, and the capability of reserving an impressive 42 hours of power. If you're anything like us, you'll know that finding the perfect EDC keychain isn't as easy as it sounds. There are a slew of different clip systems, different materials, and keychains of all sizes and lengths that hang from the hip in different ways. Finding the right one for you often takes some trial and error. Take it from me, I went through about a half a dozen before landing on the right fit. Arktype aims to eliminate this search by fashioning the RMK Compact Magnetic Keychain. RMK stands for Rifle Snap Magnetic Keychain, which references the quick release engagement system that keeps the keychain section connected to the snap hook section. The RMK uses a military-grade black oxide-coated stainless steel HK snap hook and hand-woven Type 3 550 paracord, all fashioned stateside in San Francisco to construct this keychain. Overall, it measures just a hair over 5 inches long, so it will be just about the perfect size on the hip. We've gotten hands-on with dozens of magnetic keychains, and they're certainly not all created equal. The main concern, obviously, is disengagement at the wrong time when not intended, but the RMK uses magnets made from neodymium coated with hard Delrin. Neodymium magnets are among the strongest permanent magnets, and Delrin is a highly engineered thermoplastic with insane durability that should last a virtual lifetime, offering a much higher degree of impact and chemical resistance when compared against regular ABS plastics. Moving on, a flask wouldn't necessarily be considered an everyday essential to everyone, but at one time they certainly were a staple, and have more or less evolved into the modern-day cylindrical water bottle we all know today. Yet, they've stuck around, and the Misc ceramic flask is one of the best, and it's fashioned right here in the US. Today they're used for special events or as decanters to preserve and enhance the delicate flavors of fine spirits. The benefit of ceramic over copper, another popular flask material, is that ceramic remains neutral and won't disrupt the flavor of the alcohol if left to sit over an extended period of time. Misc Goods Co.'s double-fired 11-ounce ceramic flask uses sturdy quarter-inch walls and measures 4.5 inches by 6.5 inches, with premium embossed leather hardware and brass details that elevate this way past your normal corner store variant. What's more, the ceramic flask comes outfitted with a retro cork stopper that secures with an airtight fit. Our last American-made EDC essential comes from a brand that's only been around for about 8 years. Founded in 2015, Dango Products utilizes American minds and machining to craft metal wallets, watches, and EDC accessories with rugged, sleek modern profiles. Such is the case with the Dango Products M1 Maverick rail wallet, which utilizes a proprietary quick-release rail system to keep cards holstered and easily accessible for use. Check it out. The full CNC machined 6061 aerospace-grade aluminum design centers around duality. On one side, an open-face presentation Dango Products says was inspired by ID badges, and on the other, an RFID blocking closed face design held together with a silicone band. At 4 inches long by 3.15 inches in width by about half an inch thick, the M1 Maverick Rail wallet is just a hair larger than your standard credit card, only weighs about 5 ounces unpacked, and comfortably holds up to 9 cards at one time.